So I was asked to make a tutorial on the TNT duping tree farm that I made in my last video of Leaf Tales Adventures, or so that series is called for now. First Adventures of Leaf Tales. This is a tree farm. So I've done a bit of fine tuning and I've replicated it here for all to see. So there's components and I'll explain the components. So I started with a base layout, which will be the base layout, and then I'll go and place the dirt, build it up to the amount, and then I'll make this contraption, the TNT Duper, and then would head back down and would go with the light tower, the torch towers, and that will lead us to these stations here. I'll go up, then we can make these stations. I'll show you the timing, and lastly I will put in these with the timing. That is the plan. So without further ado, let's start this project. Okay, these are the materials that you need for it. So first you got the 2 building blocks, then these would be the 3 different components, and then scaffolding. So to start off with, you need your dirt and scaffolding and a building block. So I'll use the TNT Duper as this. TNT Duper includes a trapdoor, observers, redstone, sticky pistons, the note blocks, and the TNT. To start off with, place down the 16 dirt in a pattern like this with the hole in the middle. So I have 2 sides as well for water, 2 sides for the redstone torches. On one of the sides next to the hole, count 34 up. 1, 2, 3, 34. We will need a ring around it. So this is the hole. And then a regular piston, 1, and then 1, 2. A regular piston, basically there's an air gap for the TNT to sit. Then 1, 2, 3. Piston, air gap. 1, 2, 3. Piston. Like that, yep. And then above that is 1, 2, 3 more. Build that up on all sides. Now take note of the sides of your torches. So that's that side and that side. On this side, I go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, up 1. Then go to your sticky pistons. Go in the hole for a bit, second, or just go there. Sticky piston on the back block there. And on this side, 1, 2, 3. Place your oak trapdoor and note block. Temporary block here. Other note block. Then drop down here. Time for the observers. First the difficult one. Facing into here. And then this one is going this way, facing this direction. And the last one goes here, faces this. Now when I hit this block, both of them trigger. So I can cover that up here, just so it's clean. Now that should be the TNT Duper, except for one last item. So here, if you're in survival, you need to place a block right there and go on it. And then place your observer and your TNT. Break that to test it. Fire the note block and going down. And the TNT is still in there. TNT Duper is working. The next stage is the platforms. You can do the torch tower first, but I find the platforms is easier because then you can line up off of the torch towers and how far down you want to go. So for that, we need sticky pistons, redstone blocks. We need repeaters. I'm using the white concrete to distinguish what I'm using. And that's all. I like working down, up. So I start with the bottom one. So I go here. This is threes. So if you remember, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then fill this in. 3 holes. So 1, 2, 3. And I come out this side and I do an extra 2 here. And I do an extra 2 here. Now that's a start. So grab the sticky piston here. Redstone block goes here. If I don't put that in, you can put it in. Then repeater this side. Repeater this side. Repeater here to lock this repeater from doing a double pulse. Then observer. Observer. And redstone in a loop like this. Then based on the torch tower, which one you're using first, you need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All on max. We can adjust the timing later. And then this will come around 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3. Extend this out. And on this side, you do the opposite. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4. It is 4. And then this one comes in this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is the triggering system. You'll see how it works in a minute. But now for the torch towers. For the next stage, we need just the light gray and the redstone to start off with. So I start off up here with it, because then I know which way it will go. So if I go here and go torch, I want it to be off. So I go down and off. And then block, redstone. I got the other tower done, and I was about to do this tower, but I realized that I messed up this layer. I put it 1 layer too high. That's fixed now, and I'll go and do this layer. So starting here, I do a torch, and then I'm going to just pillar all the way down. These 2 pillars are done now. One thing I do want to point out, if you do modify the height accidentally or on purpose, you got to make special note that this is in the off state, these ones, because if these are in the on state, it will be lit up. You want it in the off state. So if I come down here, if you did make everything according to it, you have one side where they're both on and one side where they're both off level. And then this side where you have these ones here, this you need to change from this to an angled one and this to an angled one. And then you have the connecting columns. So I like to take note of which one's first. So this side, so this one's first, and then this side first, and then that side, then that side. So if you do even get these columns mixed up, here's where you can fix it without redoing everything. So grabbing a button, because we need it for testing later on, I'll place a temporary button right here. So that'll make it trigger. And then I need to bring this one over here. So each of these rows need 6 repeaters. 5 on full and the 6th one on none. So for starters, I'm going to go like this. Then 1 over and drop. And break those just so they're floating. And then bring that over. In redstone, less blocks makes everything easier. So I got 3 there. So do 3 on this side. 1, 2, 3. And I'll do 2 on max and 1 on none. 1, 2. Remember, 15 needs to be between. And now this one is the lead. So pretend the button's here. This one needs to go to this pillar. So if I take this one out, if I leave this one on none, so that's 1. If I bring this around, 1, 2, 3, 4, then bring this up. Yeah, I'll bring it up sooner. Bring it up. I bring this one up. Place the redstone. And then bridge over here. Bring that right into this block here. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now I only have 1 here. So I'm going to lengthen the signal by doing 2 here on max. And that's the one that has 1. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bring that over here. Then out of this block. So this one now is the one that quote unquote has the button on. And that needs to be brought down to this one. So come here, come across, and then drop it. Break the 2. You can change these lines as much as you need to. Every time I do this, I just do them different lines. So that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 6. And all of those are on max. Now when I press the original button, press it, and I come up here. So the first one triggered, and then the second one triggered, and comes out. Basically, the TNT falls when it pulls out. There. That's the columns and pillars done. Now for the TNT duper on the top. So what we need to do is trigger this note block. So what we need to do, so this is the TNT duper that we made. So we need to trigger this note block. So we need a redstone dust on there. And if we grab, we're doing it at this block. If we go here, this, then 1 here, and a redstone dust here. Place a temporary block here, and a temporary block there. Break that one. And this is the observer. Break that block. And bring that around here. This one, up. And then now these two can be bridged over by this line. So here, so I don't want it live. So I place 2 more torches on this side, here, and this can string over here. For now, I'm going to disable it, place it there, and that can be brought down into there. So, ooh, mistake. This one, that can be brought down into here. And continuing this line, bring it across here. So these two can go off. Dead line, bring it across here and over and down. This redstone doesn't need to be here. That block doesn't need to be here. Nice, clean, simple. I place this here. Oh. Okay, so you make a line straight across, you drop it down here into this path here, and this goes. So let's look here. This one's the first one. So this will get lit up. This will trigger this, ignite the observer, to light this, is to trigger this. At the same time, this line will come down, lock this repeater, so this doesn't do a double pulse from the observer, thus firing 1. We can even test it now. This should all work. Let's pick up that redstone. Go here, press the button. Everything but timing is done. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now just for timing, I will get the timings done and I will even put it in on the screen and freeze each line. Okay, starting with the first one. What we need to do with this one is actually remove 1. So we need 6 on max. So we can get rid of those 2 blocks. So 6 on max, like that. Layer 1. Layer 2 is the other side. So that is 7 with one of them on just number 1. So 7 on max and 6 on max and the 7th one on 1. Because it's 1 step higher, this one can be either one of 2. So it can either be 7 on 2 or 7 on 1. I prefer 7 on 1 so that more gets blown up down below. So here you go. 6 on max, the 7th one on 1. And the last one is 6 on max. Last one is 6 on max, and the 7th one on 3. And like I said, you can adjust them based on your height. So if you do make it lower, then adjust it. Now comes the final test for the farm. And because of how the farm works, if you just ignite it, you might blow up some dirt. So to test it, we will use saplings. So when growing these trees, certain side grows quicker first. So once you figure that out, it's easy enough to go and bone meal the last one. Right now we don't have water columns or scaffolding in. So come up to the top, find the center, and right here, you come with, in survival, you come with a hoe with fortune, and you can just plow through them. But to test, let's press the button. One, two, three, four. So that is how it works. And what I actually do is press the button a second time when I do the farming, because then I get more saplings, more logs. And then there's two ways of doing this. I always just chop these logs. I'm waiting for the rest of the TNT and give some saplings a chance to come. Another way of doing it is putting pistons underneath and popping it up. So that is the farm working. Now there's some comforts that you can make to the farm, and I'll show you. One is, if you come down the hole, building a water column or building a chute down, you can come down here, maximum, and right here is where you come up. Basically making this a water column that shoots you all the way up, so that when you fall down, shoots you all the way up. Another thing I like to do is put a sticky. Another thing that I like to do is put a slime block here, so that when I fall down, I bounce back up. So when I fall from the max, fall down, bounce up, and I come up here. And the last thing that I do is I move the button. That is probably one of the most critical. So the button is right here. So if I grab this block and say I want the button right here as I walk down, then I bring it up here, move the button, run it into that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I can put a button right here. Button. So grab a button, put it right here, and the non-redstone block. So button goes there, so it sits there, then here, and up there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Place a button here. That will trigger it. Yep. Now if I grab the saplings, there's a sapling here. If I regrow it, the other thing is that I said was a water column. So if you make a water column, you can go 4 down from here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And bring it across here. Break that one. Even if you want, you can drop one more block here so you know where it starts for your head. Bring that across. right in line with that water column that you would build up. And same on this side. Right in line with that water column you make. And grow the trees. Bone meal. So now you would have this water column blocked off because it'd be going up, and then this side you'd have a water column access from here. It would bring you all the way up to right here. Then you'd come here, shear the leaves down. You might bounce. You'd press this button, and then you'd go up this water column. You'd have the TNT falling. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you come down, collect the logs, bounce up, and collect all the logs. And then if you're me, you can do another harvest. I wait for the first TNT to drop, which is right now. Then I start right away clearing up this bit. And with efficiency 5, you're done pretty much when the TNT is done. You collect everything, you replant the saplings, you re-bone meal, and you keep going. So you find that tree that grows quickest on the one side, and you do the other side. The opposite is there. You come to this water column, you go up, you come over, you drop down, you mine it all away, and button, you soar up here, you watch it drop, one more, you come down, you bounce, collect the logs, press the button again, wait a few seconds, get your inventory sorted out, maybe drop some stuff in chests, and start destroying the blocks. There, all done. Nice, simple, pretty easy. You can decorate the inside however you want. All these this color and the black are just there for visual. You can change it all you want. The important lines are the gray, light gray. These spaghetti lines you can change as long as you have them connected in the right sequence. Because if you don't, it will block this one, then this one will block, and the TNT will fall in there and explode the whole bit. But that should do it for this week. See you all another time. First tutorial. Let me know how I do. Maybe I do more, maybe I don't. But yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.